Overflow hidden. That works. My logo is butted up against my hamburger though. Should I just put a little something on the something inside of it maybe? Move it over. Well, we did margin on the burger. Can we do margin on the logo too? Okay. Should we do maybe the same amount that we did on the burger, so it's even? Sounds like a good plan. Back to logo. Put a little margin left of that 4.6875. Copy paste is your friend. Whoops. There you go. That's looking pretty good. Should we? Can we move these guys away so they're not like right on the edge of stuff? So I'm gonna put a little bit of. I'm gonna try to put a little bit of margin top on my burger. I'll put one rim. Let's do maybe 0.75 rim. There you go. Or actually, no, back to one because we need to move that logo down a little bit. How about a little bit margin top on my logo a little bit there? Probably not nearly as much. Maybe a little bit of margin bottom on there too. There you go. So I'm putting like margin top of one rim on the burger and about 0.25 on the logo top and bottom. And what that does is that'll push that green box down away from my image too, even, right? So I didn't measure that. I just kind of eyeballed that. If you were going to measure it, you go into Illustrator, you draw your box. How do you figure out rims? Divided by 16. So whatever that pixel height is divided by 16. So left and right's percent, top and bottom's rims, right? Good. You guys are remembering a lot. Good. Are you remembering from last class or from Interactive 1?
No.
No? Okay.
I didn't learn half of this. I didn't learn 90% of this.
Oh my god.
All right. So are you learning it from the videos that you watched?
Yeah.
Okay, those were good. All right, good. I'm happy. Okay, good. So y'all are kind of remembering, even though it's been like, I think we started them a little early. I think I'll start them next time a little bit later. All right, so we got our header going. Great. Let's put that, how we doing? Am I going too fast or are we doing all right? Doing good? All right. Let's put this big old image in there, huh? Let's do it. I forgot how to do it though. How do I do it? Another div. Sure. I don't think it's an article. It's probably a div. It's just generic for right now. It could be an article if you wanted to because it is kind of content. So, I don't know. Let's do a generic div for this one. Div. Let's give it a class, though, because we got other divs that we need class. What are we going to call this?
Hero?
Sure. I like using hero because it's kind of like advertising speak. All right. Now we got to put that image in there. How do I do that? Image source equals images slash, and that's called bikes. Hero.jpg. Then we got to do an alt tag, right? Oh, sorry, I forgot. I don't know. I can't remember. Alt tag. All right. So what do we say? It's two people sitting on the bike. Bonneville's sitting by Bonneville's or something like that. Looking cool. Got to close it, right? So you just kind of describe the photo. Save it and take a look. Hey. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We didn't even style it, and it's doing pretty much what we want. But we probably still need to style it. You'll see later. And also for good repetitive remembering. Having trouble with your image? You got it? You got it?
Oh, yeah, I think I uploaded the wrong image. Did you grab Bike Hero? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bike Hero. Yeah. Okay. It's just Hero. Okay. All right. Okay. So we got Hero. Let's style Hero out. So how do I do it? Dot Hero. There you go. Because it's a class. It's not a tag of Hero. It's a class of Hero. So dot Hero. All right. What's my position? What's my width? Yeah, it goes edge to edge, so. All right. It's in the wrapper, so it's going to stop. So. It's in the wrapper. God.
Does it
All right.
hurt anything if you put one?
No, I don't think it would hurt anything. It's just unnecessary. You know.
I was just wondering, because of the habit of just auto-typing.
I don't think so. Now you'll see this SVG got really humongo, and we want to stop it. So I will put like a max width on that logo eventually, to stop it from growing into space. But images, since they're JPEGs, they'll stop at whatever div you're in. SVGs are kind of weird, so we'll go back and put that max width on that logo eventually. All right, so we're gonna skip the overlay part here for right now, and we're gonna come back to that in a minute. Let's keep on going and rough in the rest of our site because it's good repetitive stuff here. All right, so we got this stuff here, right? This text block here, right? All right, so that's our next div. It's still inside my wrapper, right? So don't do it after this div. Remember that this one closes my wrapper. I'm putting a little note to myself. If you need a little note to yourself, you can do the exclamation dash dash and make little notes. Always handy. All right, so let's put that text block in, eh? What is that going to be? Why?
The content, like text.
It's like major content. So I would say it's an article. I would agree. Now, let's take a look at my layout. This article is this wide. This article is also this wide. And this article is also this wide. Do I need a class in this case? No. Are they kind of, all three of these, are they kind of the same? Can we just call them all articles? Yeah. Just call them all articles. All right. So my article is, we're going to call this one, we do have a headline up here. So that's probably my H1. But so this is probably my what? H2. This is what? Paragraph, right? This is what? Probably an H3. Yeah, it's smaller than this one. It's different size. What's this one? H4. What's that? Back to paragraph. What's that? Back to H3. H4. We're going to reuse those H3s and H4s, right? It's not that this is H5, H6, H7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No such thing as that anyway, right? Max 6 of them, yeah. But if you need more styles, you can always do a class.
Can't you do what is it, span or something? It starts with an S, so you can add it to your header and make multiple of them.
Like span?
Span.
Spans? Span's a good generic container for if let's say you had a word in the middle of a paragraph that you wanted to change. That's a good one to like put a class on, like that one word, things like that. Yeah, span's a really good like generic-y kind of box. All right, so let's do it. So we got our H2 that says the legend. ... And then in my Illustrator file, I got to grab my text, so I'll just double click on that, copy, and I gotta tag this thing, right? Uppity, folks. All right, but it's 2 paragraphs, right? It's not 1. It's 2. It's got this one and this one. So how do I do that? No. That's like hitting Shift Return in InDesign. It's not a true paragraph. It's just a break. If I want 2 different paragraphs, how do I mark it up? I think the jumbled words said something like this. There you go. So you have paragraph, you got your words, end your paragraph, and then a new paragraph with your second set of words, and then you end your paragraph. So it's 2 separate paragraphs, not 1 with a break. Breaks are fine for like, let's say you got like an address or something like that. You got to like, you want to break the road and the city and state or something like that, but you want it all in 1 paragraph. Don't do a break if it's truly 2 paragraphs. Does that make sense? That'd be like you hitting return like 17 times in InDesign rather than putting it into a box and moving it. It's like cheating. I am not above cheating, but do it in a good way. All right, so we got our, let's take a look. It looks butt ugly. It goes edge to edge, but we haven't styled anything yet, right? So it should look kind of like this. It should just be like. By the way, you guys, nobody's stopping me. So I'm assuming that everybody is at this point. If you guys are stopped, if you don't, stop me before you get too far behind, okay? All right. Cry uncle if you need to. All right, so we got that going. We got to style our article first, then our H, then our paragraph. I always go outside in. So what's our article? So all 3 of these are going to be the same kind of thing, right? So article. Do we have to have a dot in front of it? No, why? It's not a class. That's attitude. It's not a class. All right. Article. What's my position? Why? Yeah, these things are just going right after each other. Just, yeah, stacking. All right. We got to figure out our, okay, so we can either figure out our widths and move our margins and center it, which is kind of the easy thing to do, or we can put margin left, margin right, and figure out the width that way. Either way. So let's do it the easy way. All right, so I could measure this, but I already know my left and my right margin, right? So can I kind of reverse engineer this width with maths? Sure. So I know my margin left is going to be 4.685785, and I know I'm going to have the same on my right-hand side. So I can just double that, 4.6785 times 2, minus 100, because that plus the middle plus my width is going to all add up to 100. That gives me my width of my div. Right? You see how I got that? I just subtracted the left and the right-hand side, subtracted from 100. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, just go into your Illustrator file, draw the box, and do the math that way. right? Just do the math that way. So 90.643%. So if that didn't make sense, so what we did was we took our left-hand side and our right-hand side, which is 4 and change, doubled it, subtract it from 100 because this plus this plus this equals 100. Right? Or if that doesn't make sense, just take your box, draw it out. It's 580. 580 divided by 640 times 100, and you're going to get pretty darn close to that too. So, which it doesn't matter what you do, whatever makes sense to you. That rhymes. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, that's right. All right, width. And then how do I center it? Margin 0, auto. All right, so I center my div. All right, let's put some space because if I put another div in there, it's just going to get like they're just going to be like stacked on top of each other with no space in between, right? So how do I figure out my margin top and margin bottom for my or at least my margin? Actually, my margin top. Actually, I don't even need the margin bottom. How do I figure that out? What's the best way to figure that out?
Yeah, ours isn't centered.
Okay. Don't forget your semicolon right after your width. You got a semicolon? Is that it?
I just put an O to the zero.
Oh,
Take
oh.
it off the, like, the letter O.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I figured it out.
All right, figure it out. Good.
I had it. You said order. Yeah.
I totally had it. How we doing? Okay. This is all kind of like coming back to you, right? I never had it, so can't come back. All right. So how do I get this size here? So let's measure this out. So it's about 47 high-ish, right? I got to do it in rims. So what's my calculation? Yeah. So margin top. I'm just going to call it 3 rim. There's going to be a lot, but that's about right. So y divided by 16? Because math. That's just the calculation for rims. Yeah. It's always 16. Percentages, it depends on the size of your artboard. Rims, it's always 16. All right. Because basically the default is 16 on a browser, so it kind of. Anyway. All right. So we got margin top on this. So when we put in the other article, it's going to be that much away from the other one anyway. So we don't really need a margin bottom too. Otherwise, that would just be like adding to it. Yeah. All right. So let's keep going. We'll style the text second. How about that? Well, let's get our boxes in. Let's get them roughed in. Then we'll go back and style our fonts. How about that? So, do you guys want to tackle? You want to tackle this one by yourselves? Let's tackle this next one by ourselves. So you got bike of the week. That's a second article, and dealers near you. That's a different one. So it's not one big article with all that stuff. It's 2 separate ones. So we're gonna have 3 when we're done. So you guys try it out. Do it yourselves. Yeah. You having trouble with it? Okay, so whatever that's the case, and I know nothing. It's not something. Scarlet CSS. You didn't save it. Let me see your font. So this is downloads bike site. So let me see your folder, right? Let me see your folder.
I think someone downloaded this app
site here. Index and style. 306. You just got this is 259.
It may be because I think
It shouldn't be. Users do. Oh, wait. That's your issue. So you, what happened is you started typing up here, which broke everything down the line. Now, why is this guy width 90, margin 0 auto? Listening to article. You don't have anything here. All of this stuff. No, you started it and closed it, but you didn't put stuff inside it. So all this stuff. I guess I better catch up then. What do you call me, a slowpoke? You guys can kiss my ass. Well, I'm Deborah. Dear me. Well, then do the next one then. Huh. We're not styling the text yet, but you want to mark it up. And it should, it should start looking kind of like this, right? Where the boxes are defined. The H's are not styled yet. And I'll show you guys next time how to put a real live map in there instead of the fake map. By the way, this address is that's the time. Oops, this is the time to use your brakes. If you need to wrap the address there a little bit, as opposed to making every single line a paragraph. This is where your brakes come in to kind of force that return there. Gesundheit. By the way, you also want to make these links, read more, and the email. What? I'll let everybody get caught up, and then we'll kind of refresh our memory on links. So it should look something like this, where we've got our 3 blocks.
We need this terms of service, Bob.
Oh, the footer there? Yeah, we can do that. We'll do our footer later. I think we can skip the footer. But that's the idea, is you'd have a footer for terms of service there. How we doing? Good. 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 Go. So I copied and pasted pretty much that whole Bike of the Week chunk, pasted it underneath, yanked my photo, replaced my text, replaced my photo. I didn't even have to retype all that crap. Right? It's pretty much the same. There you go. Put your map in. You got it. Good. Very good. Good. You guys are aces. Awesome sauce. Been all right? You good? You good? You got it. You doing okay?
Yeah.
You got it. How you doing? Hold it on. Look, you want me to do it? You put the straight image in straight. Because we got a div kind of holding it, so no, it's unnecessary. Yeah.
What's the difference between just the BR and then the BR with the slash?
Well, this is the correct way of doing it.
Okay.
So BR with no slash is an older way. That's like a 1990s way of doing the language, like that.
Yeah.
So that was back when HTML was like first getting out there, and so there's like some inconsistencies. Like images used to stop like that too, and they said, okay, when HTML5 came out, they said we need to kind of make everybody the same. So if it doesn't close within itself, if it closes within itself, it always stops with a space slash bracket. So space slash. So images do that and breaks do that. Regular breaks still work. It's just that's the correct way of doing it. And you'll still see it out there. You know, people have been doing it for a while. They'll forget and just kind of do it out there. So we've got our article, our H2, our H3, our image, and our paragraph. You feeling good? All right. How about we style the text and then we take a break?
How do we do the link again?
Oh, the link too. Yeah.
Do that.
Okay, so I'll show you on all 3 things here. I'm gonna link the image, and then I'm also gonna link the read more to another page in our site that we're gonna make later, and then I'll link this to an actual email, make it an email link instead. So let's start with just a link around the image. So what's a link? What's the link tag? A. There you go.
The map.
href. I'm sorry?
You want on the map or the T100?
Well, I'm doing it on the bike, on the T100. I'm doing it on the image there. Equals, quotes. And then we haven't made it yet, but we're going to make a page called bikes.html. So we're just going to say bikes.html. And then we have to stop we have to stop the link after my image. So it's a tag and then space href equals and then in quotes the file that you want to go to within your internal site. If this was going to like Google or some external site, you would put the full address http://www.whatever.com. But we're going to a page that we haven't made yet. So, and it's exactly the same. We're going to do that with the read more. So we'll take it to the exact same page. href equals bikes.html And then after the word more there, we'll close our link. And that's going to give us the word clickable. So we're making the image and the word go to the same place. So if I save it, take a look at it now, that read more is blue and underlined. We haven't styled our link, so it's going to be the ugly blue. And then our my photo also gets the hand, gives me the finger. If I click on it, it goes to a 404 because we haven't made the page yet, but that's okay. We'll make it here in a little bit. And the read more goes to the same place, Nowhereville for right now. All right, so how do you do an actual email link where when you click on it, it actually opens up your email program and starts a new message with the thing already in there, the address already in there? Woo! It's very easy. Same way. So we're going to do that around the sales at Lone Star there, down in the address area. So href equals, and all you do is you say mail to, colon, and then copy that. It's going to be sales. You put the address after the mail to. So in the href, you put mail to, colon, and then the email address you want it to go to. And so now when you click on that word, it will open up Outlook or Mac Mail, whatever you got as your default set up, and start a new message with that to already plugged in there. You can even add a subject line if you want to. So when you click it, it automatically fills in the subject if you wanted to. I'll let you Googleize that. Huh? Yes, it's after the word here. We still have the /A. Yeah. So yeah, it just started up mail. Mail's not set up on this, so it's not going to do it. But all right, how about we make this type look a little bit more Mobetta? Mobetta. Let's do it. And then we'll take a break. All right, so the legend is our H2. When we got a paragraph, a couple paragraphs we need to style. And then we got an H3 and a 4 there. So let's do it with regular fonts, and then when we come back from our break, we'll switch it over to Google Fonts. How about that? Okay? All right. So sometimes in CSS, I like to make myself little notes. So I'll say text styles start here. Here. So, all right, so we haven't done our H1 yet. That's going to be up in here. Let's leave that alone for right now. So we need to start with our H2, right? So is it a class or anything, or is it just a tag? Where'd your voices go? H2. All right. So let's find out what size all this crap is. I mean type. All right, so we got a 32 Verdana bold. All right, so let's make 32 Verdana bold. So what's our font size? Why is that? 32 divided by 16 is 2. Booyah. Right, because whenever we're trying to figure out our type sizes, leading, or margin tops and bottoms, it's always divided by 16. There you go. All right. How do we do our fonts then? Font family. There you go. All right. And we said Verdana is what we wanted. Now, is that all we put? What's our fallbacks? No, more than that. You want Comic Sans? It'll happen.
Yes.
It'll happen. I got 99 fonts, but Comic Sans ain't one. Jokerville. Or what about Critter? The one that's made out of the little animals?
Yeah.
Helvetica, Verdana, Helvetica, Arial, Sans, Serif. There you go. In case they don't have Verdana, it goes to Helvetica. If they don't got Helvetica, it goes to Arial. If they don't got Helvetica, Arial, it goes to Comic Sans. Wah, wah, wah. All right. It's a bold, right? So what's that? Font weight. Bold. Let's take a look. Boo. There you go. Oh, I marked those up wrong. These are H3s. And these are H4s. Sorry. Not 34. Oh, come on, man. Killing me, Smalls. There you go. There you go. Okay. Yeah, it'll just be that one. There you go. All right. So let's do our paragraphs, because that's going to fix a lot of stuff, because that's like these guys as well as this stuff. So let's do our okay, whatever. I'm getting ahead of myself. It doesn't matter what order you do these in, so we can do our paragraphs. What's our paragraphs? I think 16. Yeah. So what's that? Don't even do the calculator on that. One rem. I think we said it was the same. Did we say it's same font? Yep. Verdana, yeah. So actually, we can just copy that line there from our H2, but no bold. Okay. Leading's not very good. We got to fix that. So my paragraph font size 1 rem, font family Verdana, just like H2s. We got to get our font leading correct. So let's see, what do we got? So it's 16 over 32. So 32 is our leading, right? So what is leading in CSS? Line height. Line height. And it's 32 pixels, so that's 32 divided by 16, right? That is probably a little too airy, but hey, okay. We can always adjust later. All right, Gesundheit. Let's see. We want a little bit of space here and here, don't we? Because it's kind of crammed up against my H1, and my two paragraphs are crammed together. They don't have any space. What can I do to fix that? Margin top on. Well, margin top on what? On paragraph. Yeah. Let's do it. So let's live with our line height here. Margin top. Let's do a 2 rem. Let's see how that looks there. There you go. That's looking a little bit better. And it's already fixed these guys here too. So that's good. Now I just got to go in and do my 2s and my 3s and 4s now. I'm going to let you guys do that. Go back into Illustrator. Figure out my measurement. Once you guys figure out those, get those styled. Huh? Oh, sorry. Oh, okay, you're cheating.